Hey guys, so welcome to today's episode. I've got my lovely client here, Thomas. We've been working together since the December, so it's been a little while now, and we're currently in May, very end of May, so just over 6 months. And yeah, he's had some amazing progress. So I just got him here for the next 15 minutes or so. Going to go through a couple of questions on his experience, how he's found everything, and yeah, it should be a good insight to whoever's watching about what we do here. So I guess, Thomas, if you could kindly introduce yourself, what do you do? How old are you? Yeah, let's start there.
Yeah, so I am 27. Just recently moved from London to Oxford, and I'm a filmmaker. So I run a post production facility focusing on films that talk about what these amazing companies are doing for the planet.
Amazing. A very nice introduction. Cool. So if you could start by where exactly were you in December when you first joined? And we actually had two conversations, I remember. But where exactly were you, and from a physical perspective, but also from a lifestyle perspective, because we do look at both areas.
Yeah, I mean, so starting with, I guess, lifestyle, definitely living a bit of a crazy lifestyle. I've got quite a few friends that work in alcohol, so that meant very much was going out a lot, and was enjoying I guess, that part of what London has to offer. So going to clubs and going to really nice bars, coming home at 5 in the morning. And from a physical perspective, I could definitely push the weight. I could push a nice amount of weight. I wasn't the strongest person in the gym, but I was definitely up there. So I was doing well. But the hangovers, the alcohol contains calories, so it did mean that I was definitely on the larger of sides. I definitely had a bit more body fat than I do now, that's for sure. So yeah, I think from a physical perspective, I was. A lot of people would say that I was in shape, but I wasn't anywhere near where I wanted to be.
Okay. No, I 100% understand. And I guess for yourself, from a perspective of fitness, balancing those two lifestyles, that sort of work hard, play hard lifestyle, how was that impacting both your personal life and your professional life? Like the other lifestyle, the lifestyle that we used to have?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say that from the personal side, I think just having more downtime. So when I say downtime, what I mean is just time for me to be creative, or for me to just relax, be able to get into movies or whatever. If I'm hungover, I haven't got the time to look at movies. I've not got the time. I've not got the energy, the brain space. I guess from a work perspective, you don't want to go into work hungover, but I was going to work hungover quite a lot, and even just taking days off to have a day off, and the day off would be hungover. I wouldn't go to the gym. I wouldn't go for a run or a walk, and I would not prioritize the walking. Now I prioritize my steps, and it makes you feel a lot more freer in life.
No, 100%. I think a lot more people than even I would imagine are going for a similar thing, especially in this age bracket specifically. And I can say from a lot of the people that I know I've used to work with, especially in my corporate career, drinking just becomes very naturally part of your lifestyle, and it almost becomes quite normalized, where you just go out and you drink either 1 to 4, 5, 6 times a week. Just becomes quite normal, even if it's from one drink to many. And of course, that does impact your physical state quite heavily, especially when you're doing it with such consistency.
Yeah, and honestly, I think even from a mental side as well, like from a mental perspective, when you're drinking a lot, your brain does become cloudy. I think when you're in it, you don't feel cloudy because you're just always in it. But you kind of go to the other side, you do then realize, okay, I was cloudy quite a lot.
And obviously, we know now you're where you were before. What was your goal when signing up to level one exactly? What did you want to get out of coaching?
I mean, for sure, it was just getting a routine, having a routine that I was going to be made accountable for. I think that's something that in our initial calls was definitely something that we really talked about, was accountability being a big thing, because nobody's telling me to go to the gym. I think what I also wanted to get out with it was I guess a different kind of lifestyle and free up my life a bit with having a routine that means that you can't do those things such as go out and go, quite frankly, go nuts. So what I wanted to get out with it was I guess just become fitter as well. Just like, do I look good? Am I overly overall, am I happy with what I look like? And I wasn't the most happy with what I look like. So I guess the biggest thing though is accountability. That's what I really wanted. But accountability and being told what to do by someone who knows what they're doing and can create something for me that really pushes me, that really puts me outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to the gym and I'm just there doing whatever I want to do. I'm waiting 3 minutes between sets. I might go home early because I just can't be bothered. So I think a routine that is built by someone that knows exactly what that routine should look like for each different part of my muscle, but also having someone that can look at my body and go, right, let's bring that up a bit, let's bring that up a bit, let's sort of build on what may need work, I guess.
Yeah, no, 100%. And as you say that, obviously now we're doubling down on shoulders, and I saw the message earlier about the intensity on the shoulders, because it's shoulders are, again, I'll say this on any platform, anytime, shoulders are one of the most important muscles from a visual perspective for a guy, in terms of really building out those broad shoulders and that broad look, making your waist look slimmer. And if you really want to get into it, when you look at that perfect Adonis ratio, which is there's basically the ratio between your shoulders to hip ratio. Once that is exaggerated a little bit more than the average guy, it makes a huge difference in terms of sexual attraction, in terms of the respect you get from other people as well. So shoulders are one of the keys. So now we're doubling down on shoulders to really broaden them out. But anyway, I digress. And just before we get into you signing up and kind of why you did it and what it's been like for you, especially the initial first few months, health's really important as well. And a lot of people, it's not just about getting a six pack or even the routine of the workout side of things. It's their health. Most people really want to improve their health. So if you could share as much as you can in terms of where you were before and kind of maybe some of your goals from a health perspective too.
Yeah, definitely. I think especially from energy levels, I think with the diet side of it, I think we've changed. I mean, my diet now is completely different to 7 months ago. And from the diet perspective, during the day, I'm not getting big loads of oh my God, I can't even work. There was moments where I just didn't even want to do work and I was just feeling really sluggish. So from the diet perspective, I have not had those real feelings of I don't know what the word is, but I'm sure anyone that's listening knows exactly what I'm talking about when you've had a big lunch or just have a normal lunch and you just feel really sluggish afterwards. So from that perspective, that's just really helped improve that energy side, but also the going for a walk as well, prioritizing those steps. That just does, you come back to the office or you come back from your walk and you just feel energized. You feel like you've been out and you've been free. And then from a workouts perspective, the type of workouts that you've got me doing is very different. So even just, and they're not really, then it's not cardio, but it's definitely more intense. And so it's increased my health massively. And you may want to cut this out, but from a sex perspective, I've got so much more energy in the bedroom because I've got that. When you're doing 3 sets of supersets followed by drop sets followed by your cardio is going to go up, your overall energy is going to go up, the amount you can do goes up. And that goes through every single part of your life. The amount you can do goes up. That could be within work, that can be within cooking. I've got some decks right there that, like, you know, I've because I've got that time, because I've got that energy, I can do all those things. And I feel like I've got the space to be able to do that because I have the energy, but also I've got the time because I'm prioritizing things that leave me feeling good, not that make me feel sluggish.
Oh, amazing. Well said. And yeah, you're right. There's a lot of areas that a lot of people maybe don't even think about that are troubling them. And when you really optimize your diet, it completely changes your energy levels, which in fact changes your life. And to anyone who disagrees with that, well, if you're struggling with your energy levels, that really impacts your life. When you're tired all the time, you're waking up, you're tired, mid of the day, you're tired, and when you go to bed, you're tired. You're just tired throughout the whole day, which is painful. So, what essentially made you sign up in the first place? Talk us through that experience, because I think this is really important, because usually when people come to me, it's the first time they're really committed to a journey, and their own journey. Most people, again, have been putting it off for some time, and to varying degrees, but they've been putting off fitness and health for such a long time. So when it comes to committing to someone like myself, or any form of coaching or diet plan or anything like that, they find it really difficult, which is understandable. So what was that experience like for you? Because even for you, it wasn't quite black and white. Yep, let's just go for it.
Yeah, I think we had our initial call, and I've looked around in the past, because I have had that feeling like I just want to have that. I want to sort of take it to that next level where I have someone, so I guess, looking out for me in the gym world, and I guess, yeah, that accountability. So I had looked around in the past, and I'd seen some people that were a bit cheaper. But actually, when we had that conversation, I did mention this to you, and you sort of explained how it was different, and it was about not just focusing on, like, okay, today you're going to do 4 sets of bicep curls. That's not what it is. It's more than that. And that's what I would have probably got at these other places. I would have just got a plan, and it would have been like, okay, you do this day, this day, this day, this day. Might not have had an app, which there's also an app which, opens all that up. But I think that first call really was, it definitely put me in a place where I was like, okay, there's confidence here in your product, in your service, and that was definitely something that spurred me on. And then I think I had some time to sit on it and think, right, and I think the sitting on it and with the confidence, and then the sitting on it, I think is what made that, I guess, no brainer. And then once we sort of were like, yeah, cool, let's do it, let's on board. It was like, what was it, a couple of days, and then we were just all set up, got an app, and I downloaded this app. I think it was, the fitness app, and next thing you know, we were going.
No, 100%. And in your first month, again, I can say this from a coaching perspective, it was a bit of a rocky start. Let's put it bluntly. It wasn't like, and again, with full transparency, it wasn't like he started and it was straight to consistency, straight to. And this was December, granted, so it was around the Christmas period, the New Year's period. So it was, again, he had every excuse to say, I'm going to push this back to the new year, new me.
Yeah, it was my birthday as well.
Yeah, and your birthday, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going on around this time. And as we spoke about before, he's a guy who enjoys a good time, he enjoys a party. So this is like festival period for everybody. And quite frankly, it wasn't the greatest start. There was inconsistencies with diet, with communication, but January time he did turn it around completely. And it didn't take long, and literally from there he was so disciplined, so focused, we're communicating extremely well, and then you can talk about the results and how you feel now, if you can.
Yeah, and actually, that December was an amazing December, but I think now would be done quite differently, actually, looking back on it. But yeah, from now, since January, it's been, there's been peaks, there's been troughs. It's not been like, it's not been as if every single day I've been like, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating the best, and it's about taking those wins and then using that energy and harnessing that energy to make you feel, to make me feel like those losses, I guess, within that fitness journey aren't as small. It's just a small dip, and I can just come back out of it and I'm feeling great again. And actually the last couple of months has been really great, because I think there has been some times where I've not been on it, and you've sort of followed up with me, and you've sort of said, look, we need to get back in, we need to get back in the gym, and felt like I had a teammate, not just your mum whining at you going, you sort of collect your dishes kind of thing, but actually sort of feeling like you're on a team, which has been great. But actually we've switched up the workouts a few times. There's some things that I've not liked, so we've changed those up. The diet's changed a few times. We've been playing with the levels a little bit, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, and obviously doing those photos and seeing those photos. I mean, seeing the ones that are from January to the ones that are now, like where I can see myself in the mirror. You know, the abs are popping through. I'm feeling a lot better in my person. I've got time, I've got space, but actually it feels like I'm in a much better place to do my job better as well, which has been really good for my career, actually, better than I thought it would, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think the last couple of months have been really great, and where we're at now is I've got Ibiza in a month or so. So we're gonna switch it up, probably, I imagine, again at some point soon. So yeah, the last couple of months, was it 5 months? I think it's been great, and it's definitely good to have someone you can talk about to the gym. Sometimes you might have done something, you're like, I've just hit this, and that's what I've done the last couple of, like, I'm sure if you scrolled up on our feed, there is going to be so many times as well.
Yeah, even today, yeah.
So just having that teammate be like, yeah, sweet, that's wicked, and then look, right, next time let's do this next time. So I think the last couple of months has felt definitely really supported, and that's been a massive help in pushing me at the gym as well. I'm looking forward to going to the gym. Sometimes before I wasn't looking so much, so like, you know, sort of something I know I have to do, but now I know that I've got something that I need to get on with. And maybe shoulders at the moment. You've got me on something that literally tears me apart emotionally, physically, and I definitely leave it all on that gym floor. So yeah, maybe shoulders not as much, but just purely because it's so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. I have to say, I personally went all out with that one. I was like, you know what? If you want some shoulders, I'll get you some shoulders. But it's not good. It's not going to come easy, because shoulders can be quite stubborn sometimes. It's actually an area that I struggled with for a long time. So that's why shoulders in particular, that's something I've tried basically everything at this point myself to grow my shoulders out, and I'd like to say now I'm in a pretty good space. But shoulders can be quite tough, but they're such a rewarding muscle to have, just from a pure visual perspective. It's fantastic. They just look great. Shoulders are fantastic. So we're going to really dive in the shoulder, especially before Ibiza. Drop the body fat even a bit more. Get this abs popping, and really just focus on the beach muscles, which is just going to make you look that much better for sure. And then the last couple of weeks before Ibiza, you will likely hate me. I'll tell you that for free. It's going to be tough.
That's why you're here. That's why you're here.
Yeah.
You know, it's that, and that's the thing, isn't it? You get, when you're doing it yourself, you do get comfortable. You're not going to put yourself through pain. Just naturally, you're not going to. You need someone to sort of to help guide you through that.
And just to finish up there, just because obviously I'm conscious of your time as well. What would you say to anybody who's maybe been watching my stuff for a while, whether it be on LinkedIn or Instagram or any other platforms, has thought about it, but is maybe on the fence a little bit, and is watching this video to get more of an insight, and maybe they've told themselves a few excuses about why they wouldn't want to commit to their own journey, and or myself? What would you say to someone out there who's watching this curious?
I just honestly, I just say have a chat with Asha, see what he's got, like see the app, like have a look, you know, look at the results that you can get, have a think about what it is that you want from your life, Where is it that you want to go? I think we made a document a while ago about my higher self. Have a think about that. What is your higher self? What can you achieve as a human being? What do you not believe that you can achieve? And just know that when you get your fitness on point, so many amazing things can happen. Things that you wouldn't even expect. And that's not just from a life perspective, but from a mental health perspective as well. You can really bring yourself out of some dark places, but at the same time, just do it. You're going to feel wicked. You're going to look great as well. And everyone will be saying to you, your face looks
the face is a big one.
More handsome, or you look more beautiful. Just do it, and you're gonna find that you're gonna be pushed, and that is the best feeling at the gym, because trust me, you can do more than what you think you can do at the gym. And I found that out this morning. I didn't find that out this morning. I found that out a couple of weeks ago when you changed my workouts out. But yeah, definitely do it. It'll be great fun, and you'll have someone new in your network that will be focusing on your health. You've got all these people in your life, your family, your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever it is, and you've got all these different providers in your life. You've got your Virgin Media provider for your Wi-Fi, you've got your water, but do you have a fitness provider? You have a gym where you go to, but do you have someone that's going to provide you this with what you need at the gym? And so yeah, definitely do it. I think you'll be very surprised at how good it is.
Well, thank you very much, Thomas. Once again, I always appreciate your time, and we'll catch up anyway. But yeah, wonderful. Thank you everyone for listening, and we'll call it there. Catch you later.